Hey guys, it's Weil, and we're here with Tom for a specific ass reason that's actually in the title.
Yeah.
Because Tom wanted to do a video that's all recapping Warped Tour because that sounds like fun, so,
And that happened, like, literally, like, a week ago.
a week and a half ago.
A week and a half ago.
So, you know, it's not too late to do that because, we said so.
Yep. And, my face does not look like a cherry anymore. It did, but
Yeah.
it's better.
See, you can see my tan still.
Yeah. Like, you know we were outside a lot because he got a tan. I mean, jeez.
Exactly, like, compare that to my face, I mean, that's, yeah. And I was wearing a hat, so that's why my face didn't really get tanned.
My face got utterly and blatantly
Destroyed.
My nose was peeling after the first night.
Yeah, the worst that's happened is there's a little peeling on my arm, but it's generally okay.
Yeah.
So, where do we want to start, Tom?
I think we should start with the bands that we went there to see.
Okay, so, actually, I have the little schedule still, so I can remember exactly what bands I went for. So, let's see. Well, of course, we can name off the first two that we for sure wanted to see.
Yeah. Rise Against.
Motionless in White.
Yep.
Duh.
Duh.
Then let's see, he wanted to see Yellowcard also,
Yeah.
and then after that he was like, whatever, let's see. And it was mostly my hit list that we were going for.
Pretty much, because I didn't know shit. Like, I knew Motionless in White, I knew Miss May I, but that was, like, literally it.
Yeah, so let's see, the hit list was Memphis Mayfire, Rise to Remain, Chunk No Captain Chunk, The Ghost Inside,
Wait, you said Rise to Remain?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And then, that was kind of it, actually.
Miss May I?
Yeah, Miss May, I forgot about that. And then...
We also saw Pierce the Curtain.
No, Pierce the Veil.
Pierce the Veil, my bad.
Yeah. Saw their set. Let's see. Then I wanted to see Falling in Reverse, but had to skip it in favor of Motionless.
Yep.
So, I guess where are we going to start then?
I think we're going to start with the amazingness intro that was Memphis Mayfire that blew me away.
Yeah, Memphis Mayfire, they were fucking awesome.
Yes.
Like, I already knew before going in that, fucking Maddie, their lead singer, is better live than he is on the record, so I already knew, okay, they'll put on a good show, but it was even better.
And I fucking hate Memphis Mayfire, and I thought they were just fantastic. So.
You don't hate them.
Well, okay, I don't like things that make loud screaming noises in my ears.
Yeah,
and
fun note, we were actually just listening to Motionless a minute ago because he wanted to, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, they were great. And I also liked how well their guitarist did backup vocals, just random side note, but But yeah, they were just highly energetic and highly awesome.
And there was a mosh pit that started, and I promptly backed the fuck away from
Yeah, it was like right in front of us, and I was just like, fuck it, I like this spot, I'm gonna tough it.
I was like, see you later.
Because I know how to handle a mosh pit.
I don't.
He doesn't.
I'd probably kill someone, to be honest.
Yeah, it was his first time ever being on a floor at any concert, so...
Yeah.
Well, quote-unquote floor.
Yeah, ground, dirt.
Yeah.
Gravel.
So... Yeah,
And then
it was...
Rise to Remain.
Rise to Remain. So,
also, we saw the end of Vampires Everywhere.
Yeah, that was right before Memphis Mayfire.
They weren't bad.
It was, something to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it was Rise to Remain. And since it was their first ever time being in the U.S.,
they didn't really get anyone.
Yeah, there was like 40% of the people there that were there for like Memphis Mayfire.
It was like 50 actually. Or no, it was like 30 or 40.
Wow. Yeah, I mean it was barely anyone. It's like when they were starting, like I kind of got more towards the front, and Tom still just stood back just in case any pits were starting. Which there was kind of one like a few feet to the right of me.
But mostly it was just like fat people doing like hardcore dancing and shit.
Well, it wasn't even really hardcore dancing at their set. Like, actually, I have a funny story about that in a second. But yeah, there was like barely anyone there, and it's like I was one of the only people like
singing, jumping, dancing.
Yeah, just like reacting to their music like I knew it. So it was just like it was kind of awkward for me, just like. So no one else is gonna do anything for this awesome band? Why?
I don't think they've heard them enough to know any of the lyrics.
Yeah, the thing is, like, they just released the released their album in the U.S. like last month, so, and this is their first U.S. tour, which makes sense. But the thing is, good music usually finds its way around. Plus the fact that the lead singer is the son of fucking the guy from Iron Maiden, so you'd think that would get around, but I guess not. But, you know, whatever. They were
He's a
good.
badass.
Yeah, they were fucking good.
He's badass.
They were fucking good. And then during their set, like halfway through, some dudes were talking behind me, and they're like the pit was going, and it was a normal, you know, mosh - circle pit, so there wasn't like any hardcore dancers. And this dude behind me was like, talking to his friend, he's like, "Hey, you want to go in the pit?" And he's like, "No, man, I'm waiting to for the breakdown so I can go hardcore dance because that's what I came here for." Literally what the fucker said. And I just shook my head and just continued listening to the music.
Oh, and
Because the funny thing is, Rise for Maid only has like one breakdown in their music, maybe two, and the only breakdown the main breakdown that they had that I knew, they had everyone wrap their arms around each other so you couldn't even hardcore dance. So it's like, good.
That was pretty much the greatest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, speaking of hardcore dancing, my Nick, you know, you guys know Nick, the guy, the dumbass who ate the watermelon rind, but who
was actually supposed to go with us to Warp,
but he didn't because he's a loser with a skinny wiener. You hear that? You're a loser with a skinny wiener. I hope you watch this. Anyway, I love you. But so he told us about hardcore dancing, and I had no idea what he meant. But then when I saw hardcore dancing, I was like, holy shit, that's literally the faggiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I really fucking hate it. Like, either just go mosh or do a circle pit or something else.
Or just walk away.
Plus the fact that a lot of hardcore dancers are really douchey. Like, I saw this one dude who was hardcore
like
dancing.
600 pounds.
Yeah, and he tore this dude's shirt in half. It's like, no. I don't even give a shit if it was an accident. It's like, if you're in a normal mosh pit, people don't do that shit.
Yeah.
And plus the fact that, I don't know, it's stupid.
So, I don't know. Yeah, after Rise to Remain,
we went to their signing.
Right.
And then I was like, I'm going to get this CD that I just bought today signed that I've already listened to a bunch.
Yeah, and it was cracked.
Yeah, it got cracked I think it was during their set even.
I'm sure it was.
Because I think it was like after Memphis Mayfire is when we went to buy merch, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so that was enjoyable. But then it's like, yeah, I got it signed and I was all like, yeah, you guys been on a good set and blah, blah, blah. You guys need to be more known. Yeah.
And I didn't even have anything to sign. I just went up there and I was like, yo, I have nothing to sign, but you guys rock.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So
they appreciated that.
Yep. Bands like hearing when they were good.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, we went to, I think it was Chunk No Captain Chunk, getting up the master schedule again.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We looked at that a lot.
Yep. Well, we had to know what was going on. You barely even used the map on it, though, but Chunk No Captain Chunk was next.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool.
I have never felt my heart shake from the bass boosting.
Yeah, like, the thing is also the stage wasn't that good, so the vocals weren't as loud as it could have been, but it's like, you could still hear them well enough, and the rest of the instruments were really powerful. And the thing is, I already saw Chunk before, so I knew that they were going to be good, and they were. They were even better than before.
They were pretty good.
Yeah, and they even performed a new song, which is pretty decent.
Also, the guy, the lead singer, I forget his name.
Bert.
Bert. He's, he looks like a normal friggin' guy, but he, like, pulls off, like,
some of the most fucking
vocals.
aggressive screams. Like, I would expect the clean vocals he has out of him, but he has some of the most aggressive fucking screams ever.
He looks like a guy that would sing a lot more punk. Like, a lot more punk.
But he's a good all-around vocalist, and they put on a good set. And
yeah, definitely.
even though it was, in general, a bit more pop-punky than I'm used to, it was still, I still like them.
I liked it, too.
Yeah, well, you probably like the pop-punky stuff.
I liked a little mixture of both. It was nice.
Yeah, alright, so next, I think we just had Chill Time, and then...
Right, it was it was Chill Time until it was Ghost Inside for you and Yellowcard for me.
Yeah, so you can go into Yellowcard, I guess, and I'll go into Ghost Inside.
Yellowcard, a little backstory, Yellowcard is pretty much the band that... Yellowcard is pretty much the reason why I listen to rock today, and, like, the first song, like, pretty much the first song I ever heard from, you know, any rock song was Ocean Avenue, so, I mean...
Which is a pretty decent song.
And when they played it, like, pretty much everyone in the crowd knew the lyrics, so they were all singing it, and it was really loud.
I actually saw it, because I got a Ghost Inside, like, in time to go over to Miss May I, and, like, I saw Ocean Avenue, I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
And, it was great, because there was, like, a bunch of people, and, like, I think it was in the middle of the set, where he was like, okay... Who here has never crowd surfed before? Who here is a crowd surfing virgin? And then a bunch of people raised their hands. I want everyone to break their crowd surfing virginity. And there was like, it wasn't really crowd surfing, it was crowd waves. It's like, It was like 100 to 200 people. Just
and
like,
you didn't break it.
Of course not. Why would I do that? I would not torture someone to lift up 6'2", 215 pounds. But also on Ocean Avenue, it was amazing because the lead singer, I forget his name. But
I don't know. I could look it up, but I'm lazy.
He like gets on the crowd and like stands on the crowd while singing. It was great.
I've seen that before, but then let's see. I was at the Ghost Inside, which a lot of bands are always talking about how they're so good, and they are so good. They're really fucking good, and Tom had to miss them, which is sad.
Know.
Yeah, so
Yellowcard
they were.
Amazing.
Yeah, Ghost Inside was fucking awesome though. Like they had just way too much energy, and they knew how to control the crowd, and you know they performed just like they would on the record. And then one fun part was it was one of the guitarists' birthdays, so the other one went into the crowd and actually started a really fucking big circle pit and had a GoPro on too. So it was just like you couldn't just not do it. So it's like I went in and got extremely tired, but I was like, fuck it, that was awesome. Circle pit with the guitarist. That's most bands don't do that.
Nope.
So you know that was fun. But yeah, they were just amazing.
Speaking of crowd control, when we were at the monster stage or the heavy stage, as we called it, I was taking great amusement in seeing the security guards in front of the stage. They were completely invisible for the most part until crowd surfers would get too close to the stage and they would jump up. So whenever they would like jump up and appear themselves, I imagine Diglett, rip.
Yeah. So let's see. After that was Miss May I,
which I hate Miss May I a lot, but like I was so pumped up from Yellowcard, my energy was like so huge. That
plus the fact that they put on a good show.
They did put on a pretty decent show. They had a marathon pit.
Yeah, that was like they had the space from like they went from one stage to another stage basically with the pit.
The end of the other stage.
Yeah, it was a gigantic pit. But the thing is, last year I saw like the end of Miss May I's set, and like last year Levi's vocals were kind of iffy because I guess he just damaged them from touring, and I guess since after they recorded their new record with his new vocals, I just got used to them and I liked him. But this year he pulled off his vocals a lot better, so it was just an all-around better set.
It was pretty good.
So and they played a bunch of good songs. They didn't play my favorite one, but then again, it's an obscure one, so what can you do? But you know, they put on a pretty decent show, so I can't really complain.
Then Miss May I, that was like at about 4 o'clock, was it?
Yep, something like that.
So that was like the 3 hours of downtime.
Yeah, then we had literally nothing to do. So after that, we were like just sitting around doing absolutely nothing. Like, oh yeah, we went to go see All Time Low for a little bit. I remember that.
Yeah, they weren't bad.
Yeah, like we started off watching Bless the Fall, I think, and yeah. I don't know, I'm not the biggest Bless the Fall fan either, so it's like, I mean, I like them when they had Craig Mabbitt, but it just, I don't like Jared Screams, and Bo is kind of meh for his cleans.
I just didn't really like the band itself.
Yeah.
They weren't very good.
They're meh, but yeah, we went to see All Time Low because we had literally nothing better to do, so.
Yeah.
And I figured Tom would like them more than anyone else that was playing, and I could stand them.
They weren't bad.
So, then after that, we just went to more downtime, listened to some of For Today's set, which... Well, the lead singer started preaching and shit about following Jesus. Like, I've never seen... Like, I've seen Christian bands before, and bands that, you know, are like that, and they usually don't do that, because it's like, okay, people have their own religion, their own faith, deal with it, this is ours, you know? But that guy was just like, no, I don't give a fuck, you need to follow Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I was just going, boo!
Well, he didn't say fuck, I don't think he did, but, you know, he was just like, you need to follow Jesus Christ. Yeah, so
it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was, and it got a little bit annoying. So then after that, like, I saw Pierce the Veil was playing, so we were like, they're a decent band, let's go. And they're right before Rise Against, so it's like, okay, we can get a spot at Rise Against stage, and then...
Wait, no, actually, didn't we see the end of We the Kings before they saw Pierce the Veil?
Well, kinda, just because they were playing on the other stage. I didn't really pay attention to them, honestly, so...
They did I think they did a cover of a Newfound Glory song.
Yeah, and they were playing earlier in the day, which Tom wanted to see, but we saw Rise to Remain instead, and I didn't even know they were playing because I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah.
But it happens.
I honestly completely forgot about Newfound Glory,
yeah.
to be honest.
Oh, well. But, yeah, so we went to go see Pierce the Veil, and they were pretty good. You know, they
were loud.
Yeah, they were. But one thing that annoyed me is that fucking, Vic does all the screaming on their records. Their, main singer and guitarist, but their bassist is a lot better of a screamer. So it's like it doesn't make any sense for him to not do the screaming vocals on the album. But
speaking of the bassist, it was funny. Like we went over to the Rise Again stage, so we could get close. But I'm tall and Chase isn't, so I could still see the stage pretty well.
Well, I could see it. I just wasn't looking at the moment. But apparently,
the bassist basically tripped and fell on his ass. It was
I thought
funny.
that was their guitarist.
It was the guy on the far left.
Oh, okay. Then it was their bassist.
So yeah, he slipped and fell on his ass, and
yeah, they made a comment about it after, and we're like, yeah,
it was great.
So that was apparently funny, and then. Yeah, they had a pretty decent set, so no reason to complain.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good kill time and better than other killing times there. So, and then was Rise Against.
Yeah, and
yeah,
Rise Against was fucking amazing.
Yep, basically.
Okay. A song that I did not expect them to do, like, at all, was Chamber the Cartridge, and they started with it, and I was like, fuck yeah!
Yeah, like...
I love that song.
That's probably one of our favorite songs from Rise Against, so...
Yeah, they had Chamber the Cartridge, Satellites, Ready to Fall, I think?
Yep.
They had Ready to Fall, they had, The Good Left Undone.
Yeah, I was about to go look it up to see what song
surprised.
It was. Yeah, they're like, hey, this is for all the hardcore Rise Against fans.
Yeah. So it's not a bad song. It's just not the greatest on Suffer in the Witness.
But it's still a good song.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, let's see, so...
They didn't do Make It Stop, which made me
that
angry.
made me sad.
That made me angry.
I actually really wanted to see that one. But then they had Give It All.
They had Give It All. They had
the one that's overplayed.
Oh, Prayer of the Refugee.
Yeah, and then Savior,
which was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, and then Savior and the one song, Re-Education Through Labor.
Yeah, that song.
That was
I need to learn that song.
I love that song. I love that fucking song.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's probably one of my more favorite ones from them. And then after, let's see, Rise Against, they were great.
I lost my voice.
I didn't
because very loudly.
Because I want to conserve myself. Yeah, I need to have a little bit of energy for them since band I was going for.
Yeah, he was wearing a shirt. He was wearing a beanie, I think.
Yeah, because I didn't have any other better shirts to wear. Because I honestly actually didn't have any of the shirts for any other bands I wanted to see. Actually, I didn't wear this beanie there.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, so that's actually kind of why I wore the Motionless shirt.
Well, you kind of stopped wearing a beanie after a while, because once you got your hair wet, it was like...
You mean my hat?
Or was your hair... Wasn't it your hair? Wasn't your hair, like, awful?
Yeah. But I wasn't wearing a beanie that day anyways.
Oh, yeah, it was a hat, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, then, after Rise Against, which was fucking awesome...
Yes.
We had about...
like maybe half hour?
Yeah, close to an hour of downtime. So, we chilled out by the heavy stage, which wasn't having a heavy band. It was fucking Mayday Parade.
They were awful, by the way. Don't see them. They are bad. Very bad.
They aren't that bad, but, they're Mayday Parade. What can you say? But, so then after that, it was either the choice of going to Falling in Reverse or Motionless.
And...
Like Falling in Reverse had about 15 minutes. They were playing 15 minutes before Motionless, so I could have caught a little bit of their set, but it's like, no, I'd rather get a good spot at Motionless,
Mm-hmm.
So,
I didn't.
Yeah, because he stayed back at basically every set anyways, and I kind of stayed back at some of them too, but just depending on it. But, yeah, Motionless, I want to get up as close as possible, which I basically got, like,
touching the stage, pretty much.
Well, no, I got, like, a couple feet away from the barricades, so that was pretty good. And so, then came one of the best sets ever.
Motionless was pretty good.
Yeah, like the first time I saw them was actually last year's Warped Tour. And last year's Warped Tour, it was their first date playing Warped Tour, so
they didn't have a very big stage.
Yeah, like they were on the stage that Chunk played on, basically.
Yeah.
Like last year, but then this year, they had a decent sized stage and they had a couple nice stage props. Like
Chris looks like a badass, by the way. He is a badass.
They all look like badasses, honestly. But yeah, their set was fucking awesome. Probably one of the best live bands I've ever seen in my life.
And I gained a lot of respect for Chris, because right before they played, like, their new song...
Yeah, If It's Dead, We'll Kill It.
If It's Dead, We'll Kill It. He was saying stuff about, like, I fucking hate people like the Kardashians and the people who suck daddy's dick their whole life, and some girls were walking past and they were like, whoa.
But yeah, basically just, the glorified shit, basically, what the song is about.
Yeah.
Which, Yeah, that was a good speech. He knows how to give good speeches and write good songs.
Yeah.
So, let's see, their whole set, I'm trying to remember exactly how their set went. I think it went, Abigail, Creatures, well, I have a Warped Tour blog post, so, I don't know, I'll link that also so you can see the full review of all the shit that we saw instead of this condensed bullshit, but,
it's pretty good, I read all of it.
Yeah, but, yeah, their set was fucking awesome, and I really loved them playing If It's Dead We'll Kill It, because that song was amazing as fuck.
It was pretty good.
And it really is getting me hyped for their new album. Like, I cannot wait for their new album. That's going to be my favorite album of the year, no doubt.
Probably.
So, I'm excited for that. And the rest of their set was good. They played 2 songs I didn't expect them to play. I think it was To Keep From Getting Burned, which I didn't fucking know. So I was just like, well, this is awkward. Oh, well,
I'm just gonna jump and scream anyway.
Yeah, basically.
Pretend I know it.
Yeah, and then they also played We Only Come Out at Night, so...
Yeah.
Because I only expected them to have like a 5 or 6 song set list, so getting 2 extra songs out of them, cool. But then, you know, they had Immaculate Misconception, Abigail, Puppets, and Creatures, and then, you know, Dead Will Kill It, and then those 2, so... Puppets and Immaculate Misconception, and If It's Dead Will Kill It, highlights of the set, though. Because Puppets, my favorite song, Immaculate Misconception, you gotta love that song, and then If It's Dead Will Kill It, just really fast, high energy song, so...
It is high energy.
It was... Whole set was just fucking awesome, and they know how to put on a good live show.
They do. Oh, and also...
And also the fact that it was the end of the day.
Yeah, it was like it was literally the last
last band. Meaning that everyone there was just there for Motionless. Like,
yeah.
they had no reason to be there otherwise, so it's like... I know Tom will debate saying that Yellowcard was louder, but literally everyone there was...
pretty loud.
Because literally when everyone was there... Because they wanted to see Motionless, you know? So everyone knew their shit, everyone wanted to move and interact, so it was probably one of the most energetic sets of the day from the crowd, so...
I would have pulled off a lot more energy. Like, after he made that epic speech about, like, the ugliest cunts that he has ever seen, as he put it, I tried to let out this huge scream, but literally nothing came out. I had nothing left. So,
yeah.
Maybe kind of sad.
Yeah, I let out all I could there, and it was just, then I was dead.
Yeah, and then was the drive home.
Oh, God. Well, like, it was only getting out of there.
It literally took a half hour to get out of the parking lot.
Yeah, because everyone, you know, like, we were having to deal with all the traffic of everyone leaving from Motionless, so... Yeah.
So, that was a thing.
And also falling into Versus stuff, too, because they were taking some time to get out, too, so...
Yeah.
It was just... A lot of people trying to leave at the same time, and you can only get a limited number of people out at once, so it was...
It was dumb.
But then the rest of it was cool, and we ate at B-Dubs for dinner, so that was cool. We didn't even talk about the exact start of the day, I just realized that.
Oh, maybe we should do that. What do you think?
Talk about it at the end. That makes perfect fucking sense.
Well, at the start of the day, so we showed up, and there was this massive fucking line.
No, I meant, like, the very, very start. Because we were talking about our drive home.
Wait, what do you mean very start? You mean the part where
Nick's
the loser with a skinny wiener?
Yeah, we didn't have to talk about that.
Basically,
we were up in the morning and we were like, okay, how do we want to make this easy?
To talk. Because he, never answers his phone.
Like, he the night before, I got a hold of him and he was like, yeah, well, I'll be over there about this time, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, He already was planning the night before to not even go, but he didn't even fucking tell us.
Yeah.
And he was going to be the one driving.
Yeah.
So...
Because he is very scared of, being left behind, even though I'm...
Yeah, but it's not just that, but it's like, you know, it's like, okay, you're going to drive us. So, the day of, he didn't even tell us until, you know, he came to my place. So it was like, but the thing is, we planned ahead randomly, like, okay, maybe it'll be quicker, because we want to get food before, so we're like, okay, Tom, why don't you just leave your car here, and then we'll just go from our place, and then whatever. But then Nick came, and he was like, oh, I'm not going, and it's like, okay, why couldn't you tell us the night before so we could actually be fucking ready?
Yeah.
Like, luckily I had directions printed out, and Tom had his car here, so...
And my car is, vastly superior to Nick's.
Yeah, so it was a lot nicer to drive Tom's car, though. But, so... Yeah, and then
then we had Joseph's. None of you know what Joseph's is.
It's a good local restaurant. But then, yeah, I guess we can talk about getting into the whole Warped Tour. But the fucking place we had to park, so far away from the gates. It was so annoying.
It smelled of horse manure.
Yeah, that's because we were at a racetrack for Warped. But the thing is, we had to park so far away from the place, so it was like, long walk, and then there was this line jutting out, and we were like, okay, we have to wait in this line. But then this person was walking down, and it's like, you have your tickets? And we were like, no, we have to buy them.
Okay,
it's like, go and buy your tickets. So we got to skip a bunch of the fucking lines.
Because we didn't buy ahead of time.
Yeah, so it worked out in the end, so that was cool.
And we got to pay less for it, too.
Yeah, slightly
we paid
less.
Like $10 less.
Yeah, because of all the service fee bullshit that you'd have to do online.
Yeah.
So, that's why you buy your Warped Tour tickets at the gates, kids.
That's probably the only case where it'll ever work.
Unless it's like a really small concert like I go to half the time. But, yeah, that was... I think that's about it. Anything else?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Anything else you want to say? Warped Tour was fun.
Give respect to your Yellowcard. They're good.
Mine goes to Motionless. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed us randomly talking about Warped Tour for 25 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Blah blah blah, etc etc. Here comes sub, and later guys.
Later guys.